Imagine walking past a temple, catching a whiff of something so unbelievably rich and aromatic that you forget your vows of simplicity and leap over the wall just to taste it. That's the legend behind one of the most luxurious dishes ever created. Buddha jumps over the wall. Yes, that's a real name, and yes, it's a real soup. This dish has gained global attention for one reason in particular: its staggering price. In high-end restaurants, a single serving can cost hundreds of dollars. In some record-breaking cases, specially prepared versions have reportedly reached thousands per bowl. So, what makes this soup so expensive? Is it just hype? Or is there something truly extraordinary simmering beneath the surface? So let's dive in, right here, on History of Simple Things. Buddha jumps over the wall originated in China's Fujian province during the Qing dynasty, most likely in the 19th century. Fujian cuisine, also known as Min cuisine, is famous for its delicate broths, complex seafood preparations, and emphasis on layered aromas. This soup represents the peak of that philosophy. There are several legends about its creation. The most popular tells of a scholar or chef who prepared an incredibly fragrant stew using rare ingredients. When the dish was being cooked near a monastery, the aroma drifted over the walls. A monk, who traditionally followed a vegetarian diet, was supposedly so tempted that he leapt over the wall to taste it, hence the dramatic name. While the story is clearly exaggerated, the name reflects just how irresistible the dish was considered. Historically, it was served at banquets for wealthy merchants, officials, and sometimes even imperial gatherings. This wasn't everyday food. It was a statement of prestige, culinary skill, and access to rare ingredients. If you think of soup as something simple, water, vegetables, maybe some chicken, you can forget that idea immediately. Traditional Buddha jumps over the wall can contain more than 20 premium ingredients. These often include shark fin, historically used though now widely avoided for ethical reasons, abalone, sea cucumber, dried scallops, fish maw, quail eggs, jinhua ham, chicken, pork tendon, mushrooms, ginseng, and Shaoxing wine. The key isn't just the luxury, it's the preparation. Many of these ingredients must be dried, soaked, rehydrated, cleaned, and pre-cooked separately before they ever meet the broth. Some require hours or even days of preparation. Take abalone, for example. Dried abalone can cost hundreds of dollars per kilogram, and it must be carefully soaked and braised to reach the correct tenderness. Sea cucumber also requires meticulous cleaning and long soaking periods to achieve its gelatinous texture. Every component is treated almost like its own dish before being combined into the final masterpiece. This soup is not thrown together in an hour. After each ingredient is prepared individually, everything is layered into a large clay pot, traditionally a sealed ceramic jar. The pot is then filled with a rich broth and fortified with Shaoxing wine, a fragrant Chinese rice wine that deepens the aroma. The jar is sealed, sometimes even wrapped in lotus leaves, and slow-cooked for many hours. In traditional methods, it could simmer for up to 24 hours. Why so long? Because the magic of this dish lies in infusion. The collagen from fish maw and sea cucumber dissolves into the broth. The cured ham adds saltiness and depth. The seafood releases briny sweetness. The wine ties it all together. The result isn't just soup. It's a dense, layered, almost velvety elixir that carries dozens of textures and flavors in a single spoonful. And time, especially in professional kitchens, costs money. So, why is Buddha Jumps Over the Wall considered one of the world's most expensive soups? Well, it all comes down to a mix of rarity, skill, time, and tradition. First, the ingredients. high-grade abalone, premium sea cucumber, specialty dried scallops. These aren't just costly. Many are harvested in limited quantities and require careful, labor-intensive preparation before they even hit the pot. Then there's the craftsmanship. Every ingredient has its own quirks. A chef has to handle each one perfectly, or the texture and flavor can be ruined. When you taste this soup, you're not just tasting seafood, you're tasting centuries of culinary expertise. And of course, it takes time. A single pot can simmer for hours, sometimes half a day, slowly blending flavors and textures. In a professional kitchen, that time costs money. Finally, there's the prestige. This soup carries a long history as a banquet centerpiece, a symbol of status and refined taste. When it's served in luxury restaurants, it's as much about the story and tradition as it is about the flavor. Put all that together, and it's no wonder a bowl can cost hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Some modern, ultra-luxurious versions push the price even higher, but even traditional high-end bowls are a serious investment in history, skill, and taste. In the past, shark fin was a signature component. Today, due to conservation concerns and global backlash against shark finning, many reputable chefs omit it entirely or replace it with sustainable alternatives. The dish has evolved with modern values. Restaurants now emphasize sustainability, traceable seafood, and ethical sourcing. Despite these changes, the heart of the soup remains the same, a celebration of layered flavors, patience, and abundance. In fact, the removal of controversial ingredients hasn't diminished its prestige. If anything, it has allowed the dish to survive in a more responsible era of fine dining. So, is it worth the price? This depends entirely on what you value. If you're looking for a quick, comforting bowl of soup, this isn't it. But if you see food as art, if you appreciate culinary history, craftsmanship, and rare ingredients, then Buddha Jumps Over the Wall is less about hunger and more about experience. It's about tasting centuries of tradition in a single spoonful. It's about understanding how aroma alone could inspire a legend of a monk abandoning discipline. And it's about witnessing how one dish can embody status, storytelling, and skill all at once. Buddha Jumps Over the Wall isn't expensive just for its ingredients. It's expensive for what it represents. It embodies Fujian's culinary heritage, echoes imperial-era luxury, and showcases meticulous, time-consuming craftsmanship. In a fast-paced world built on convenience, this soup stands for patience and ceremony. So when you hear about a bowl costing hundreds or even thousands of dollars, remember, it's not just what's in the pot. It's the story rising with the steam. Thank you for watching. If you have suggestions for our next video, feel free to share them in the comments below. We'll be sure to give you an acknowledgement for your contribution. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the history of simple things. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more stories woven through the smallest details.